Today we have to talk about this really common problem that is absolutely everywhere, but most people don't even realize that they have it. Brace yourself because you might have this problem. It's okay because you're hanging out with me and we're going to take care of it. But okay, here it is. You know what? Okay, no, I'm not. Let's just tap. Go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Tap right here. Tapping scripts that help rewire your body and your brain. Your brain, your ability to think, your consciousness is kind of in every single one of your cells. When we tap, we're working to rewire the entire body through the power of rhythm and also through actually providing this repeated pressure on, like right here is near your thymus gland, or like these are your K27s. That's a really good place to tap where it feels really painful. If you feel that spot that like hurts so bad, you're doing it right. Yeah. There's all these different parts of your body that you can tap on, and they actually help flush out your meridians, which deal with your internal organs. We're kind of resetting our internal organs when we do this. For me, so a full tapping session has you tapping in all kinds of places, like all sorts of places. I don't do that. And I've set the intention that when people tap using my scripts that they don't need to do that, but it still does this full body kind of work. Some people say that they like to just tap on all of the different points you're supposed to, but if you're tapping with me, this is good enough, in my opinion. Okay, we're going to tap right now. Breathe it in. Hey, I am not responsible for other people's actions. Did you feel that one? There's like a huge resistance with that. It's like, but I am. I am not responsible for other people's actions. I am not responsible for other people's choices. I am not responsible for other people's emotions or feelings. I am responsible for myself. I am responsible for my own choices. Go ahead and breathe it in. As you're breathing in, I know some people say that our subconscious minds are so stupid that they can't understand not. I don't believe that. That has not been my experience. I've been in this field for almost 10 years now, and my experience is your brain is smart enough to figure it out. It's all about the intention. And our intention today is to realize that we're not responsible for other people's choices. Okay. So this is the really common problem that so many people have, and they don't even realize they have. We feel responsible for other people's choices. Your kid makes this choice and you're like, it's because I'm such a bad parent, or they're like, how could they do that to me? And you feel responsible for it. We feel responsible for other people's happiness. We feel responsible. We try to take responsibility for other people's emotions. So my new book, Magnetic Femininity, came out on Amazon. It's so good. You should definitely read it. If you haven't, it will blow your mind and change your life, make you so happy. But in that book, probably one of the most controversial parts of it is where I talk about how, as women, we need to be vulnerable with our husbands, but that our husbands don't really need to be emotionally vulnerable with us. And this triggers a lot of people. And they think it's because they really want emotional intimacy, and that the way to get it from their husbands is for their husbands to share their deepest fears with them, their concerns with them. What it actually is control. I guess I can't speak for everybody, but if this is you, I invite you to look within and see, is it really because you really want to know what your husband is upset about and scared about and all of his deep feelings? Or is it really because you want to take responsibility for his feelings? You want to know why he's so upset today so that you can fix it. You want to control the outcome. That's just something to consider. I found that for me, when I felt that way, it was because I wanted to control outcomes. And that's not very feminine. I'm just going to say it. But how many times do we try to take responsibility for other people's happiness, other people's feelings? We want to cheer them up. We want to take responsibility for how they feel. And at the same time, we're not taking responsibility for how we feel. What? That's the secret to life. We've got to let other people be responsible for their own emotions, and we need to be emotionally responsible for our own emotions. I have to plug my book again, Magnetic Femininity. I have a whole chapter on being responsible with our emotions. So definitely recommended. I just love it. Please go read it. Okay. We're responsible for our own emotions. When we're blaming other people for how we feel, that is bad boundaries. That is just bad boundaries. And that is what today's work is all about in the formal boundaries class, as linked below. We need to really internalize that we are not responsible for other people's feelings, but we are responsible for our own feelings. If you are feeling victimized, if you are feeling upset about something, we all have the choice to take the step back and reassert our internal boundaries and realize I have a choice in how I feel about this. I just had this discussion with my daughter. She was losing her mind because she had to do her Saturday chores today. I know it's not like probably real Saturday. In the recording, I'm recording this in advance, guys. But she had to do her chores and she was so upset about it. And I just told her, like, look, you get to choose. You get to choose if you're going to be upset about your chores or if you're going to rewire your brain to be cool with them. Because guess what? You got to do your chores for your whole life. Nobody gets out of it. We all have to wear clothes. We all have to do laundry. We all have to eat. We all got to do dishes. No one gets out of it. Okay. We all do it. I do it. My kids are going to have to do it. So they better learn to like it. And maybe that is going to be a 30-day challenge in the future. Wouldn't that be a good challenge? I think it would. My kids need it. And so do I. But you get to change your attitude. And that's kind of what today is about. We can't take responsibility for the people that we love and their bad attitudes. Guess what? Everyone's allowed to have a bad attitude. It's part of their Bill of Rights, like, guess what? You can have bad attitude if you want. But we get to choose to have good attitudes. And that is real power. It's real power to be able to look at your life and choose, I'm going to think about this in a new way. I'm going to engage in some new thoughts. And that's what we're working with this program this month. We're putting in some new thoughts. We're thinking about things in a new way. So let's go ahead and tap it in one more time. I am responsible for my own actions. I am responsible for my choices. I am responsible for my thoughts. I am responsible for my happiness. Go ahead and breathe it in. Woo. Check out the links below if you want. Thanks for hanging out. Like and subscribe if you want to do a lot more boundaries work in the next couple of days, because we're going to rewire our whole systems and have a really great life. Okay, I'm going to see you tomorrow.